Josh, what are we doing right now?
We are about to do the Coaster Insider Tour. All right, we've started the Coaster Insider Tour.
Right behind me is Cheetah Hunt. We have 3 launches on Cheetah Hunt, and this is our second launch. This launch will get you up to 60 miles an hour. Here at Cheetah Hunt, we have 10 blocks, and a block is a section of track that only one train can occupy at a time, and it prevents 2 trains from colliding with each other. If in the event that the block ahead of a train is occupied, it'll stop the train at the block that it is currently in. Our 10 blocks are Launch 1, Launch 2, and then we have Block Breakout by Serengeti Flyer and Launch 3. We have 4 waiting fields behind our stations, and then we have 2 stations here at Cheetah Hunt. They are all considered blocks. So if block break were occupied out by Serengeti Flyer, the train's going to stop down here in Launch 2 to prevent those trains from fighting. We have 5 trains here at Cheetah Hunt. We can operate with 5 trains, but now the max we operate is 4. We always have 1 train that's down for annual maintenance, which you'll see when we go into the maintenance block. So the first launch is about 35 miles an hour, this launch is 60, and then our third launch is about 45. The manufacturer of Cheetah Hunt is a manufacturer called Intamin. You guys probably know them. They make lots of roller coasters in the country and overseas. Does anybody know what makes this ride different from any other ride in Busch Gardens? Except for Tigers.
Launches.
It does. Does anybody know what we use to launch our trains?
Ellison?
Yes. Do you know what Ellison stands for?
Linear synchronous motor.
Yep. And do you know what they are?
Electric magnets?
Yes. So these things right here are called our stators. They are Ellison magnets, and they interact with the magnets on the bottom of the trains. So if you were to take 2 magnets and turn them opposites of each other, they're going to retract from each other. Same thing on the bottom of the train. It's going to use the power in the magnets to propel the train forward. The other thing that you can see right here are these little boxes on the track, and those are proximity switches. So those allow us to detect where the train is at all time. We can detect the speed and the location using the metal on the train. So when a train passes by, it'll flag the proximity switch and tells us on our computer system where every train is at all times. One cool thing is that most of them, about 80% of them, have glycol running through them to keep them cool. So if we didn't have that, they would overheat and the ride would shut down, just because of how much power it takes for the magnets. Now the train were to roll back, it's going to bring it to a slow stop and then slowly roll back down. They'll launch it out the first launch with not enough speed to roll back just to test the features. And then they'll do the same thing here. Launch it up. It is very loud when it rolls back with all of the brakes engaging, yeah. You can always tell when we're sitting in our office right down there, you can hear it. The likelihood of getting a rollback during operation is very low. In just under 2 years, I've seen it happen twice with guests on it. It happens a lot more in the winter because just like your car, the wheels have to warm up on the track and the track has to warm up. So sometimes the trains will run slower and it just won't have enough momentum, or the ride will just be too cold and it'll pulp itself out and the launch will just power itself off because it doesn't know what's wrong with the ride. So for safety reasons, it just shuts itself off.
Got some newly painted, refurbished car bodies over here for Cheetah Hunt.
Does anybody know why the launch is angled upward?
Because if it rolls back and you roll down.
Yeah. That's actually one of the questions that nobody ever gets right. So. Yeah, so if there were to be a rollback, it'll come to a slow speed right about halfway down the launch, and then it'll roll itself all the way back till we have brake fins and kicker tires at the back where the catwalk is. And when that happens, we have 2 options. We can either relaunch the train from a dead stop, which is our preferred method, and get the train home, be able to get them off, or we have to do what we call an escort. When we do an escort, we will physically come out here, get guests off, and they'll get a ride agreement and a water, just for their troubles, and they'll be able to come back and ride. a relaunch is the best ride you'll ever get on this coaster, because whereas normally you're coming into this launch with about 20 miles an hour, you're going from a dead stop to 60 miles an hour. So if you ever get that, you want to get a relaunch. This is our, it has two names. We call it the wind catching tower or the figure eight, whatever you want. It does make a figure eight. Our tower is 102 feet tall, but it drops into the ground 28 feet, so it's actually 130 feet drop.
Oh, really?
Just got down out here under Cheetah Hut and we're heading into the maintenance bay. Look at that.
Smells like grease.
We got some taken apart Cheetah Hut trains over here. Really interesting to see. And then here's some sitting down in their annual refurbishment. That's really cool to see. There's one over there that just isn't being used right now.
I wonder what Minlock is like on this.
That's Max Lock.
Max Lock.
Available at one time, but right now we only have 3 available. This one, these 2 are both down for their annual maintenance. We do our annual maintenance about every 50 to 55,000 cycles. Our track is just under a mile long, so that's about every 50 to 55,000 miles. We're gonna tear it all apart like this, get it all here on the ground. Then we're gonna get it up to this polyurethane mixture off, inspect the ring for us, reline it, and send it back to us. Which is why you see here it's got a best use after date. Reason for that is we want to let it sit in here just a little bit longer, make sure that it doesn't come off the wheel. Here is a cell phone that caught in between the track and the train. So instead of spinning properly, it just starts skidding across the track. And then your cell phone comes back.
Oh, wow.
Looking like these. If there's nothing else, enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy your ride.
We're in here in the elevator bay. Not many people get to see this. All these nice pictures they have. Concept art, yeah. It's cool. Going in the elevator. Time to ride Cheetah Hut.
Also one of our more themed coasters throughout the park. Its history is known back to when it was more not really a ride, more when it used to be a museum. If people remember King Tut, that's basically where this all comes from.
We got some piece of track for the ride. There's a cool photo opportunity for that.
We're inside the maintenance bay.
So this is the inside of our maintenance barn. Cobra has a total of 8 trains, but we only operate with the most 5. We're going to keep 4 on the track, and we keep our 5th one in the barn in case something happens. All we gotta do is just switch it out. Unlike Cheetah Hut and Montu, we don't do a certain amount of cycles for each train. We do a certain amount of days on the track. So our days count is it's pulled out of the maintenance barn and it's going to be used on the track for any reason. So that already takes up a day. Once it reaches a certain amount of days, maintenance is going to pull it off the track. And as you can tell by this one back here, hold it and check it out for the one. Film this one.
Get a picture.
In this room right here, this is where our electricians work on basically anything that goes on the ride. So this is our programming room. Basically anything for any electrical issues are going to be in here. We have harnesses all the way back there for our maintenance guys. If it's an electrical issue, maintenance will come down here and deal with it. If it's a mechanical issue, maintenance will actually go into the track and deal with the situation. Back of that train.
I think Hagrid says that.
Basically just watch everything that's going on. They have one button to press, which is basically a big blue button that let us know when the 88 trains are getting on. Other than that, they just check the seats to make sure.
Can we dispatch a train?
So every hour we have to do our tallies to make sure to see how many people came through the line. So we will check our regular guests off of our dispatch numbers, and then Grouper will have the numbers for how many questions we had this hour. And then every hour on the hour we get a call. That's our wait time. When you go to other rides, at the start of the hour, it's going to be the most accurate of what that wait time is.
We are taking our first ride to our Clover's Curse after going behind the scenes in the maintenance shed and up in the control panel up there.
I'm so excited.
All right, we just finished it. Oh, dark ride.
The darkness awakens, my power grows.
All right, we're going up the elevator.
Oh,
That's creepy.
it's like Catapult Falls.
There we go. It's a prototype, so one of the first rides with an elevator. There goes the other track. There's the Cobra. Oh, you did? Here we go. Oh, I forgot it was an elevator. That's weird. Look at that view.
Oh, this is a shaky one.
It's a little shaky, but that's also because it spins.
Oh, that was bad.
Oh, we're spinning. And now we're going backwards.
Wee! Oh!
That was all right. Now we're going up the drive tire a little bit backwards. Then we're gonna switch. Oh, free spinning.
Wee!
Oh, I did get the cloud.
No, rain, go away! Pandemonium's better.
It was alright. Wasn't the
It
best.
was kind of fun, like it was gimmicky.
Yeah, it was gimmicky.
But it was cool.
I can see why more parks haven't bought these yet.
I don't know, it's still pretty cool. The theming is
The
amazing.
theming is really good
I
here.
low-key want to go through the queue.
Yeah, it's really fun. Just got off Clover's Curse with Josh. You guys saw our reaction. Now we're heading over to Montu for our behind-the-scenes tour. We are going next to Montu's brake run, back in this really backstage area. This is cool. Looks like they have some wheel covers and parts of the train sitting under the brake run that aren't being used right now.
The wheels are on top of the seat instead of up. You know how one covers first, where it's the other way around. Wheels are underneath the seats. So that kind of comes with its unique challenges, you know. If you guys don't know, B&M is from Switzerland. So they're a Swiss company, which means getting anything from B&M to Busch Gardens is a really long process. It takes forever. So we just store as much as possible in-house, so that way we're not waiting for months at a time waiting for, you know, the shipment to come in. These are where the different types of wheels go. So the top right here is where the road wheels go. This bottom part is where the uplift wheels go, and on the side are the guide wheels. And this train has gone over 75,000 dispatches, and because it is at 75,000 dispatches, it has to be taken in here, and it's been in the process of getting assembled for a little over a year now. Yeah, a little over a year. Their tracks, but Cobra's course is somewhere kind of weird. You guys want to guess? Throw out a couple guesses.
Wait, where they're...
In a snake. That's a good guess, but no. I do like that, yes. I do kind of wish it was stored in the state.
That'd be cool.
Actually stored underneath Iron Gwazi's track.
Ah,
I don't know the story of why it's there or how it ended up there, but it's underneath Iron Gwazi's track. So ours is like right where, you know, I feel like it should be underneath our tracks, but sadly JWulfCoasters is underneath Gwazi's track. Notably, this little system right here, this is what we used to use back in the day before we had the fancy screens. Because, like I said, this ride opened up in 1996, and coaster technology has gone much better since then. So we have seats 1, 2, 3, 4, seats 1, 2, 3, 4, and they would light up whenever the seats were pushed down enough. And I really do appreciate that we have screens now that can tell us, because let me tell you, I have had to use those before, and trying to duck the line in row 8 to see if the seats are up, just like taking on like this, just keeping your chest not to fall, into the pressure valve right there. It's not a great time. So yeah.
we are directly under Montu right now, and I think we're about to climb those stairs.
But then one hurricane just blasted the front rope, and if you know anything about water and harnesses and like rope, should not be stored together. So we took out the harnesses and we no longer store them in there, and they replaced the glass. And then mechanics actually started using this to store some brake pads, but then they realized the same thing, which is this box sucks at kicking out water. Metal and water doesn't really mix either. So now this box is the home of a bunch of spiders. There's nothing in here. Anticlimactic, I know.
Climbing Montu's mid-course.
And I'm just going to walk you through all the different ride features this one that Montu has. We have some